Hello everyone, I'm Trina and welcome to my channel. And today I just wanted to get on here and just talk about the basics of losing weight and where to start. So, I'm first going to start off with number one is mentally lose weight. So, you have to mentally prepare yourself when you're losing weight. You have to be open and honest with yourself. Um, you have to be open and honest with yourself, because if you don't be open and honest and really think about, what is it that I'm doing wrong, what is it that I'm indulging in, like am I eating too much, or am I like overeating, am I not getting enough activities outside, things like that. You have to really think about these things, what you're doing. And I know for most people, they are in like a household with people that don't really interact, like far as getting out and things like that. I think that's like the main problem. So it really starts with like when you were younger, or activities that you're doing now. Like when you were younger, how were your parents active, or whoever was raising you, or whoever you were in the house with? Were they active? Were they moving around? Were they getting enough exercise? Things like that. And we look at that as like, oh, I used to do that when I was a kid, and but it's like people still need to do that with in their adulthood as well, because you have to move your body around, you have to take care of your body and eat right, and things like that. You just have to take care of yourself overall. We look at it as like, oh, I was younger doing that, and that was a long time ago, but really you should still be doing those things. But I understand, because if you're anything like how I was, I grew up in a household. We did activities, but not all the time. So when there's like a lack of activities and practicing mindful eating, you can start to gain weight. You can start to get big. And some people blame it on like, oh, it's just me. It's really not your fault that you are overweight. I blamed myself for a long time. um I know it is your fault when you get older, of course, but you learn over the years of knowing like, okay, I shouldn't be eating too much. You know how like how your body feels. Like you just kind of know once you get older, like, okay, I'm eating too much. Like, this is, I'm gaining weight, rapidly. Sometimes you'll gain weight really fast, or sometimes you'll even lose weight really fast, things like that. But you just have to find that balance within your diet and in your activity and in your mental space. So, I want to talk about like my mindset first, how I started, like how, because really I always knew what to do. Everybody know to just, eat fruits and vegetables, get plenty of exercise. But it's really more to that on the mental side. Um, like for me, mentally, it was just like I was just in this cycle, knowing what to do. I know exactly what to do to lose weight, but for some reason, I just cannot get it right. And I used to get so irritated and upset with myself. But I found out that, okay, look, if you just take some time out, like to, just clear your mental space. Like, what are you doing like in life? Like, are you pursuing your dreams? Are you, these are just the questions that I ask myself. Like, what's going on besides you overeating? Because it's deeper than that. Like, yeah, you may look at somebody, oh, I'm just a person that eat too much. And really, it's not just that you eat too much, is you have other things going on in your life. Who are you around? What are you listening to? Like things like that. What are you seeing on a day-to-day basis? I just found out that my activity flow, like what I'm doing throughout my day, for me, I used to blame work. I used to say like, oh, I'm at work all the time and I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to work out. But in reality, it really only takes like 10 to 15 minutes a day. I got this, my weight that I'm at now, I weigh, I do this, what, 10 to 15 minutes a day of exercising. It does not take much, but it just seems so hard because you're just caught up in this loop of, hi, nothing's new. Hello, nothing's new. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Welcome back. I don't know what that abbreviation means. GTG. But thank you. Welcome. But you don't have to. I found myself making a lot of excuses about my weight, like of why I'm overweight and why I can't. But I'm subbing. Okay. Hello. But I used to blame myself, and it's really just from bad habits that we have learned throughout the years. Um, just learning bad eating habits and lack of activity and not taking the time out for ourselves. Like I found, I haven't been on here for a while because I've started a skincare line and it's called Shea Lady. And I found out that when you're taking care of me, me taking care of my mental space is me pampering myself. That's one of the ways that I take care of my mental health is I pamper myself. I love to put on my shea butter. That's what all of my products are infused with. Shea butter, all my skincare products. And I love to pamper myself. I love putting on body butter. I love putting on lip balm. This is my lip balm, by the way, Shea Lady. I'll put the link in the description box of my store because I have not told you guys about my Shea Lady products that I have. And that's why I have not been on here, by the way, because I've been working on that a lot. But I know that I really need to get my message out here because I know a lot of people are wondering, like, how do you lose weight, like, in the beginning? Like, how do you start? How do you start off? And I remember that is the problem where I struggled with a lot. But I will be on here more often because, yes, I need to get that message out there. But yeah, so a lot of us, I kind of just got off tangent, but let me go back. I was talking about how when we were like younger coming up, and we think that, you know, us being overweight is our fault, and it's really not. Um, Seeing what's around us and how we grew up, like from how your parents or how your guardian had the meal, like if you had a big size plate and everything is covered, like the size of the plate matters how you used to eat, like growing up and things like that. And then the mental side, like I was saying, is you trying to figure out, like, okay, um other things that's going on in your life affects your weight. That's what I found out. Like when you are in school or if you are at work, it just kind of throws you off and makes you not really care about your weight. And it's crazy because it's like this is our bodies. We're supposed to take care of our bodies, but it gets kind of hard when you're wrapped up in work life or wrapped up in school life, or maybe you have kids, or just wrapped up in just someone, you know, taking care of someone else. You just lose yourself, and it's really sad that that it happens like that. But for me, like I was saying, work life, I felt like I can't do it because I don't have enough time. I don't feel like I would be able to do it. And then when I did try, when I would try to call myself being on like a new diet or something like that, it was like I was eating a lot of packaged food. Like when I would work, I used to work at a factory. So I would get like packaged meals, like let's see, like the cheese and like crackers or cookies, or the cookies I would be mindful of it and just look and see, like, does it have a lot of sugar in there, does it have a lot of salt, sodium, all that stuff. I would try to pick the lowest, you know, amount of like sugar products, but it's still packaged food. And usually if it has low sugar, it has high in something else, and it's never really like a balanced, you know, thing going on. um but I would just get a lot of packaged food and think that I'm really doing something. But I always remember, like, you know, going back to fruits and vegetables, like going back to natural foods will help, you know. So sometimes it just get a little bit it get a little bit tough, trying to find that balance, because I felt like if I was not working, this would work out perfectly. I can prep my meals and I can do my workouts. It just felt impossible to do both at the same time, to work, and I work an 8 hour shift at a factory on my feet all day, and then come home and want to exercise. I like to think that it is ways around it. I could have figured out the schedule, but in the morning time, I could have gotten up. It was just so many ways where I could have found that time. 10 to 15 minutes a day. Like that is really nothing. Like I have sat and been on my phone just scrolling 10 or 15 minutes a day. So longer than 10 or 15 minutes. Sat on my phone all day, and just scrolling and looking at just just watching TV, drama TV, just stuff that I should not have been engaging in. Just being lazy. And I could have dedicated that 10 to 15 minutes to just, working out or making a meal prepping, something like that. But um so I don't like to use working as an excuse. Like when people say I have to work, I have school, you can find that time. You can always find that time. But um I'm looking over here because my notes are over here, so, and I'm writing some extra things down. But you can always find that extra time when, even if you work or go to school or anything like that, always find time. But far as the mental side, you have to do things that will relax you. Like I said, for pampering myself, I love to like my skincare products that I have, my lip balm, my body butter, and my body scrub. Even have a candle now. I make candles on my website, and just lighting a candle, writing down my thoughts, reading a book. Like this is me taking care of my mental health. And it all starts up here. It all starts with what's going on in your head and the reason why. Like, why am I overweight? Like, why can't I get it together? I used to beat myself up about that. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, so when you're trying to lose weight, or in the beginning of a weight loss journey, or even in the middle of your weight loss journey, you have to take care of your mental health and do things that lower the stress levels. Don't be so stressed about everything all the time. Like, I get it. Like, life happens. We have a lot going on in our lives, but we have to find that balance in our life, and, take the time out for ourselves. And, you know, like one way that I do is pampering myself. That's what I like to do. Get a massage, go to the spa, things like this. It will really help you out tremendously. Um, and you may think like, oh, well, how is pampering myself going to help me lose weight? But it really does when you take care. I mean, it will help you, whatever version of you taking care of yourself is. Like I said, for me, it's pampering myself. I like to pamper myself. I like to read. I love to exercise. I never thought I would ever even be saying that a for a relaxation or lowering my stress levels, exercising. Um, I actually used to like exercising, but doing hardcore exercises like doing Chloe Ting her workouts. I love her workouts now, but before, I never thought I would even be saying like, oh wow, I love doing Chloe Ting workouts to lower my stress levels, loving to work out to lower my stress levels. But you will get to a point to where you can actually say that, and I'm happy I can say that now for myself, because it's been a long journey of me getting up and pulling myself out of that bed, trying to exercise and get myself pumped up to do a workout. But yes, the stress levels, you want to keep your stress levels all the way down as much as possible. And like I said, I get it. Life happens, things happen in our lives, but we have to find that balance, and just get back to our normal selves and balancing that stress levels out. So it does just start with the mind first. It start with your mind, and the I call it like you have to mentally lose weight first. So everything that you have learned before about weight loss, it probably just was not working out. It's probably just not working out for you. You probably just been doing that for so long, and nothing, just nothing has been working for you. And you just have to declutter your mind. I literally decluttered my house that I had, that I decluttered and cleaned up everything. And it was just like I don't know what it was. Something was just like, come on, like, let's just declutter everything. Like, anything that you feel like you have a problem with, or anything that you feel like you're just going through, like, let's just relearn some things really quick. So I physically like cleaned up, like, let me just clean up everything. And it gave me a peace of mind of like what to do next for my weight loss journey. It gave me it gave me a sense of direction of like, okay, what to do now. So when it came to exercising, I was like, oh, I don't really want to do exercise, like that's the hard part. Let me just start off with my eating habits. Let me just start off with eating right, because I actually liked eating vegetables and healthy food. I did like that, but unfortunately, I got wrapped up in like eating fast food. Now, well, I would say it was often like like on the weekends. I remember I was not really eating too much of it, fast food. It was just every once in a while, which I don't think is bad. Nothing wrong with having it every once in a while. But when you're having it like every weekend and all the time, and you're feeling it in your body, like being sluggish and tired, that's when it becomes a problem. And that's what it did for me. Like, it made me sluggish and lazy and didn't want to do anything. And that's how I know that I was going to these restaurants way too much. But once my body starts to feel like that, that's it just lets me know, like, okay, I need to get back on track. But I started with the eating first. And so what I did, I decided to go basic as possible. I thought about the foods that I already liked that was a healthy food. I loved eating broccoli. I like to eat rice. At the time, I was eating meat, so I would have my chicken breast. I started basic chicken breast, um, rice, broccoli, basic as possible. Let me read this comment. Hey there, Trina. I'm also on my own fitness weight loss journey. Do you have any tips to stay consistent and motivated? Uh, yes. So staying consistent. Once you know the results that will come ahead, um, once you know your results, and it will better you, it will make you want to stay more consistent and reward yourself and give yourself grace as well. Rewarding yourself, like, not with food. I don't think that's, I've done this before, rewarded myself with food, but I mean, people usually do that with animals, and it's like I'm not an animal. I know how to control myself. I can reward myself with something else. So small rewards, small celebrations, celebrate yourself. Like, if you have gotten over a milestone, like, for instance, like me, I want to start running. Once I start running, that would be amazing for me. I'm going to celebrate the first day. Like, yes, I finally got up and got out and did it. And then moments like that would help me be more consistent. You said consistent and motivated. So yeah, so you can get motivated like that as well, like rewarding yourself and giving yourself grace, like certain times when maybe if you have a mishap, like eating something you said you wasn't going to eat, or just overeating, don't beat yourself up about it and feel like, oh my goodness, like this is it, like, oh, I have to start over, or oh, I feel I did it again. Don't, when you beat yourself up, I feel like you make it harder for yourself. um don't look at it as like, oh well, that happened again, but just look at it and learn a lesson from it. Like, okay, this is what happened, let me move on. Hi, Janicia. I hope that's how I pronounce your name, Janicia. Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yes, you want to give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up too much about, you know, being on this journey. It can be tough sometimes, but you can definitely get through it. Hi, hey cousin. Oh, that's my cousin. Hey, Chantel. Janisha. Great tips. I try to focus on bettering myself for my future family when I become a mother and wife. Aw, God willing, I want to be the healthiest version of myself. Yes, yes. And once you have that mindset, just that alone, it can really help you go further because just like you, like I want to be the healthier version of myself. Um, and I think that's great. Let me see. Some of the comments are coming in. I kind of have to read sideways because my phone is the messages are coming in at a different angle. So please bear with me. But yes, that's great. That is really good. But yes, just becoming a better version of yourself and doing the things that you want to do is pretty nice. Um, I know sometimes it's like everything is not, peachy creamy. It doesn't get like, it gets better. That's what I can say. Once you're on this weight loss journey, or I like to say fitness journey. If you're on a weight loss, I'm on my fitness journey, just being more fit. But once you're on this journey, it kind of just it gets better. It's hard, especially in the beginning, but once you just keep going and going, like you get so much better and it just gets better. That's all I have to say when it comes to being on this journey. It gets so much better and you learn so much along the way, like just just life overall. You learn so much um when you do it like the natural way, like doing it naturally. And not saying if you have gotten lipo or anything like that, because I feel like people that got liposuction or like BBL, stuff like that, I think they still have to be on a journey of like a natural journey because you still have to maintain that body. You can't just let go and just, do whatever because it's your body. You have to maintain your body no matter how you alter it or do whatever, you still have to maintain your body and your health. So I think that's a journey that everybody has to go on. But you learn so much about just life overall when you start this journey. And I didn't think that at first. I didn't think that I would learn about like self love and pampering myself and giving myself grace. I didn't know that all of those things will come. I did not know that. And it's just a beautiful journey to be on. It really is. Such a beautiful journey to be on. Um, I know I kind of went off a tangent. I did like maybe, yeah, like one, two. So I talked about like the mental side. I could talk about the mental side of weight loss like all day, but I want to move on to exercise. And I talked about the food a little bit, but I want to go back to talking about foods and like what to eat and just stuff like that. The starting off with the basics of what you're eating and just what will work for you. And hobbies. Okay, so starting off with the exercise, um, if you're first starting out, if you are a beginner starting out, do something. I recommend doing something that you already enjoy doing, like, or if learn something new. For me, I learned something new, and that was skating. You see, but your current workout routine, like I try to strength train at least 2 to 3 times a week, along with daily cardio. That's good. Okay. Well, so my workout routine, I don't have a workout routine right now, but I do work out, and I guess it's by default because I love doing these things. I love walking a lot. Um, I probably get like when I do go out, it's probably like when I walk like 10,000 steps. But that's not every day. That's every other day. And I ride my bike a lot as well. So I'm always outside, whether like I'm walking somewhere or riding my bike. But doing physical like workout like push-ups and stuff, I don't have a routine like that, if that's what you mean by routine. I do need to get one. Definitely need to get a routine. But being on this journey, sometimes I have my ups and my downs. So right now, I need to strengthen my upper body. So that's what I'm working on right now is finding a routine that's going to work on my upper body because whew, I need to build that upper body strength along with. And that's good that you do the uh, cardio, the strength training 2 to 3 times a week. I think that's great too. Let's see. I love my daily walking. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's calming and relaxes your mind. Yes, me too. Yes. It clears you that mental. Oh my goodness. It really does clear your mental space. It does. Thank you. 8,000 is great. Great work, girl. Also, I hate push-ups. I used to hate push-ups too. Oh my goodness. I'd rather jump off a cliff. I do this whatever I like. I guess if I don't like, no, I won't actually. Exactly, yes. That's why it's good to do workouts that you actually enjoy doing. I found I like to do workouts at home. I found out. Well, I'll tell you how I started off first. I started off with just walking. I did like to do workout routines at home, but I jumped ahead. I started to do, if you know who Chloe Tang is, her workouts are a little bit more advanced. Like if you are a beginner trying to lose weight and you're not used to activity, her videos I don't recommend to start off with. She does have some modified versions, so you probably can do some, but if you're not doing her modified version, I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. But I remember doing her workouts before, like in the beginning of my weight loss journey, and it made me give up faster. It made me give up because I'm like, I can't do this. This is too hard. So what I did was I was like, okay, let me not do her workouts. Let me chill out on the at home workouts overall. I'm like, okay, this just has to be at a halt right now because her workout really it kicked my butt. So I was like, okay, let me try something else. I started to walk. I'm like, what else can I do that can help you lose weight? To me, I felt like walking could not help you lose weight. I know that sounds so crazy, but I'm like, walking, that's nothing. I need something. I felt like I needed something fast paced movement because it was like as if I just found out that I was overweight. It was like as if I just found out and it was like a panic, like, oh my gosh, like you need to do something, hurry up. But when you do workouts and stuff like that, that's fast paced, that's not in your level, you tend to burn out quicker. And I learned that the hard way. And so that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to give this walking a chance, even though I don't think walking is going to help me because I'm overweight. I need to do more, 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 more. And it's not even about doing more, but that's how I felt at the time. So I started to just walk around my apartment building, and then I'll I would get to a point where it was like such a mental clarity when I would do my walks. Like how you just said, like how you said you it relaxes you. It was relaxing me as well. And I'm like, okay, I like this. I would get so to where I would walk around twice, walk around three times, and then I just started to I didn't use my car as much when I needed to go to the grocery store, maybe to get uh, maybe to get a few vegetables or something for a dish. I remember just going to the store. Everything was in my vicinity, very close by, but it felt good to just walk instead of just getting in a car and going when it's just right down the street. I said I could just walk here. So walking really does help give you that kickstart. It boosts. I feel like it boosts up your metabolism and it just makes you want to. It gives you that energy to want to go and exercise. And once I started to do the exercise, like walking every day, I was like, okay, let me go back and give this workout at home stuff. Let me give this another try. But I didn't start off with Chloe Ting. I started off with doing Grow with Joe. I was so happy I found her workouts because it was so simple movement. You could just stand in place and just move your arms up and down. I said, okay, I can do this. I can get with this. So if you heard of Grow with Joe, I definitely recommend doing her workouts if you're a beginner because they helped me out tremendously. I used to love doing her workouts. I actually might get back into, I know she has some new ones on there that I need to look at and check out. But walking kicked it off for me just by a simple, basic thing of walking. Like if you have your legs, just walk to just start off with if you're not a person that want to exercise a lot or if you don't like to um I mean there is something out there for everybody. You have to try everything. You have to try many things. Like say for instance if you don't want to walk, which I think that's the most basic simple thing to do, but if you don't like walking you can get workout equipment. Like it's always something on hand in your house. Like if you have tried working out before and started a journey, most likely you have something in the house. Like if it's from um, a jump rope, um, a treadmill, elliptical. Let's see. Our heart is also a muscle and needs some loving. Yes, that is true. That is true. It does. That's self care. Um, but you have the workout bands, or if you have like even little dumbbells, you have things like this on hand at home. You can just simply use something like this, like go on YouTube and that's another thing I found that was really good for me. Finding out what I think I had the dumbbells and the yoga block, like the exercise block. If you have something like this, look up videos about that particular exercise equipment that you have and just go if you just can go off from that like just from doing exercises with dumbbells or from the body bands, the stretch band, like the squat bands, stuff like that. It will get you like more like dove into it. Like you would like I joined a program. You could join a program as well. They have fitness programs. I had joined Beachbody program if you've ever heard of that. I did this program and it just gave me a kickstart of like just of working out. So yeah, when it comes to the exercise, it really becomes fun. I never thought that I would say that exercise was fun. Back then, when I was 220 pounds, I never thought exercise was could be fun, but it really is. It can be. It's what you make it. Um, and I like to go just like walk. Like if you're a person that like to go like in the woods and go on trail walks and things like that, this would be really perfect for you. Starting off walking in the trail walks or just on the tracks, stuff like this, basic things like this will kickstart your journey. Doing the basic exercises and doing the just doing an activity, exercise that you actually enjoy. And so my next one is I'll do hobbies. So having hobbies. I wanted to lose weight so bad. Everything that I did, I just wanted to surround it by weight loss. Um, Anything that I wanted to do, if it had nothing to do with losing weight or fitness, I did not care to do it. Didn't care to do it. So I learned to learn how to skate. Um, when I was younger, I've been to the skating ring maybe a few times, not too much, but I've been to the skating ring, not enough to learn how to skate. So I never learned how to skate. So I was like, let me just backtrack and let me go back to that. Like, let me go back to wanting to learn how to skate because I had an interest for it. I liked skating and I started to just skate a lot. And that was a form of activity for me, with supporting my weight loss without me like actually you know, doing push ups or, jumping jacks or things like that. It just made it so much easier for me to want to get up and get out and, be active and do something. So I think if we revisit our old things, like old activities that we like to do that we don't consider as exercise, like, um, if you did basketball, played volleyball, played soccer, stuff like this will help support your weight loss because skating definitely did that for me. Skating was just so fun. Well, I can't say was because I still love to skate every once in a while, but find activities that you actually enjoy doing, and it doesn't have to be like a strict type of workout or anything because you're doing something that you actually enjoy. It's a hobby. Swimming. What else did I do? I did pole dancing. I did calisthenics, which these were very well activity, like exercise, like workouts. But I always liked the idea um, of doing a handstand. That's what made me do the calisthenics. And that's awesome. I wish I got into sports when I was younger. I loved swimming as a kid. Yes. Yeah, I didn't take a lot of sports when I was younger. So I think that's what made me when I got older, it was just like being on that weight loss journey just gave me that opportunity like, hey, like why don't you revisit some old things that you have wanted to do that you didn't get a chance to do when you were younger. But yes, you a lot of people always say like, they wish they could have done this when they were younger, like join more sports and stuff. And you can still do that now as an adult. You may not feel like you can because, work bills and stuff, but you can still get out there and, you know, hey, live your life. I love doing that because and another thing is like when I said earlier that it affects your life overall, my weight loss journey affected my life overall, like for the better through other things that went on in my life, like um, learning the self love and just learning to take care of myself and taking care of my mental space, my mental. And you age backwards when you start to eat right and be active. You start to age backwards because I don't remember ever looking like this young when I was like in my teens. I didn't look old or anything, but I feel like I look and feel much better than I did when I was younger. And that's pretty sad to say because when you're younger, that's when you usually have the most energy and but it just was not there. I had a little bit, but it was like, whatever. But now it's like I can feel it. It's such a big difference. You get that energy back. But yeah, find hobbies that you like to do. I what was I saying? I did calisthenics, pole dancing. I started skating. I just joined a bunch of activities, and there was also a downfall to that. But I still revisit those things because I felt like I missed out on that when I was younger. I'll make a separate video about that, like joining a lot of activities at once. Um, if you want to hear more about that, comment down below because there is a downfall to like putting a lot of things on yourself, like a lot of programs and just trying to lose weight and just well desperately trying to lose weight because that's pretty much what I was going through at the time. Sure, you can ask a question, Barry. But that's what I was going through at the time of like desperately trying to lose weight. So I joined a bunch of programs. But let me know in the comments if you guys would like for me to do a separate video about that because whew, that's a whole nother video. But yes, I revisited those hobbies that I wanted to do and it felt really good to go back to doing that. Um, it was great. The next thing I want to move on to is the food. So I briefly talked about how I started off with just changing my diet first instead of changing what I did as far as activities. So what I did was I started off with what do I do if someone threatens me with posting my pictures? Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot help you with that question. If you have a question about how to start a weight loss journey or your weight loss, I can help you, but I can't help you with that question you just asked. But so moving on to the food, um, I I started off with basic things like broccoli, rice, chicken breast, just basic foods. I just wanted it to be basic as possible because I just I overthink it, and I think a lot of us do that. We'll overthink like, oh my goodness, I should be eating perfect. I should be eating like this, and it's like you really don't have to do all of that. I felt like I dug myself in a huge hole with my weight, and I used to restrict myself when I failed plenty times, like a lot of times with starting my weight loss journey. I failed a lot because every time I would have like a mishap, like I would eat something that I decided like, oh, I'm not going to eat this, and I ate that. It felt like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, and it's like, oh, I ruined it. It's over, and then I find myself indulging again. So I gotta wake up early. Oh, okay. I'm speaking to you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm tough and I want to lose weight. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you for subscribing and stopping by. Thank you so much. It was good talking to you. I'm 12 and I want to lose weight because I get body shamed by a lot of people. So I want to know with what I should start with. Hi, Winnie. Larissa. First want to say like it's really sad that you have to get body shamed and I would first like to say you have to ignore people first. I know you may be young, but this is what because I used to get body shamed too when I was younger. But you have to learn how to ignore people first. You have to learn how to ignore them. And I'm sorry that you're going through that. It's an ugly sight when you know people just don't understand that you may be going through something. And yeah, people can be cruel. I'm sorry that you're getting body shamed. You shouldn't even have to go through that. Um, I think you should start with, and I'm not a doctor, by the way. I'm not a doctor or nutrition or anything like that. So, any advice that I do give you, this is just from my own experience. So, take what I say with a grain of salt, but this is just what worked for me. So, Larissa, I would just say, um, find out what your problem is. Like, find out, like, you if you are overweight, like find out like what is it that I'm doing wrong, like what is it that not what you're doing wrong, but like are you stressed, Are you overeating because you're stressed? Is it lack of exercise? You have to answer one of those, like ask yourself that question first. Like, what is it that I'm doing? For me, I'll give you an example. For me, my stress levels were down. I was doing lack of activities because of my stress. And I felt like, um, I'll say, like, for while I was working, that's where I gained a lot of my weight. I was overweight when I was younger as well, but they both, going to school and work, when I was younger, going to school, and as I'm older, when I was going to work at, overweight, those two things was bothering me. Going to work, going to school every day, and going to work were things that bothered me a lot. I didn't like going to school every day, and I didn't like going to work every day. I know that sounds crazy, but that was just my truth. That is what caused my stress. And you can still go to school and go to work and be okay and have your stress levels down. The very first thing I would say is ignore people. Like I said, ignore them, because what they say really does not matter. A lot of people have a lot of things going on in their life, and they, they will, once you put your life on display, or once they see you going through something, yeah, they'll say something, but even though you just don't see what's going on with them, and they probably have problems going on way worse than what you have going on. But some people are just like that. They need to put somebody else down to make them feel better. So ignoring people was something I had to learn, when I was younger and in school, and when people would body shame me. Um, but yeah, ignore people. And for you, if you're trying to lose weight, like just for your overall health, I would just start off with, your activity and what you're eating. Like whatever it is that you're eating, start eating more healthier foods, fruits and vegetables, and modern size. Like, you can still, don't feel like you have to go cold turkey and not eat certain things because, it's like sugary or fat or whatever. You can, I wouldn't recommend that you eat those things, but I can't tell you anything that I don't do myself. um, I don't cut out my chips. I love eating chips. I love chips. I don't cut these things out. I just have it in moderate size. I don't overindulge how I used to. I still have these things. I just have it in moderate size. So pay attention to your portion control of what you're eating, and drink more water. Always have to drink more water, and drink less, pop. I'm from Michigan, so we say pop. I know some people say soda. So drinking less pop, less juice with the sugar. Juice usually has a lot of sugar. It's so good. That's why it's so good, because of the sugar. But yeah, if that's your problem, like with the eating, or stuff like that, those are some basic things that I would advise. Um, but far as like um, the food, I used to just start off with just very basic things, just basic. I kept it basic as possible because I didn't want to feel overwhelmed, and I used to overthink weight loss and, trying to lose weight. I really used to overthink it, and it's really not. Now that where I am now, I know that it's like you were overthinking. You were really, overthinking things. I felt like, okay, well, I have to eat foods that are 0 calories, zero sugar, zero this, zero that, and it's like you don't have to eat like that. You can't eat, the sugar, the fatty foods, but you just have to have it in moderate size. You just don't overindulge in it. And once I learned that, it was like, oh, okay. Like, I had moments where I would eat and just eat so much, and it just was like, oh my goodness, like I would just be so disgusted with myself, which you're not supposed to look at yourself as disgusting, but I would, because of how much I ate. It just felt like, how could you just sit there and just eat all of that like that? And it was because, going back to the stress, my stress levels was up, and it tasted good. It felt comforting. It just tasted really good. But you don't have to eat anything like that. I don't care if it is healthy. A lot of people promote some people just like to eat a lot even if it is healthy. And I think, I'm not going to say it's bad, but if I was to do it, eat something healthy but eat a lot of it just because I like to eat a lot, that would be bad for me, because it's like you don't have to overfeel like your body with that. I feel like it's some type of coping mechanism. It would be for me because I have been there before, like eating something healthy and just eating so much of it. It's like, okay, like you need to chill, even on healthy food. But a lot of people do like to, when they do overeat because they know they have, that problem with overeating, they would just find something really healthy or low calories, low in sugar, low in fat, and they would just eat a lot of it and just don't feel guilty for it. Um, and I mean, that's a choice, some people do, but I wouldn't recommend that. But if you're just trying to, you're a person that I just love to eat, this is just what you're doing right now, like, because it's just a phase. Things can change, and you really can alter your body, like you can alter how you feel towards food and things like that. That's what I learned along the way as well. Like, food usually comes with like memory, because you sit down, eat with family, or you sit down and eat with friends. And for me, eating with my friends was fast food, greasy food, nothing healthy, but I noticed when I would just eat by myself and prepare my own meals by myself, it would be something really nice, light, healthy, and but hanging around other people that don't eat like that, when you're hanging around people that love going to restaurants and love eating fast food, sugary foods, junk food, you start to eat like that too. So uh, be very mindful of who you're around when you're on your journey as well, because the people that you are around will affect how you eat and what you're doing. So always be mindful of that. I told this story before. I remember going on a trip with my friend, and he was like, hey, let's go to this restaurant. This restaurant, if you know, you know, I used to get a double butter burger, a medium sized ice cream, and a small fry. This was just my anthem when I would go to this restaurant. And I told him, like, um, I don't want to go here. Like, let's try something else. And he just insisted. He insisted, like, come on, let's go here. It's okay. It's fine. We go there, and he's like, he get what he wants. I got what I wanted. And later on, we had so many things planned ahead because we went up north, went by the water. We had a cabin and everything, and it was just so nice. And we had some programs lined up for us to do, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep because when I eat heavy foods like that, it puts me right to sleep. It makes me drowsy. It makes me sleepy. I get lazy, and I just don't want to do anything. Um, I'm just thinking back on that day, like, wow, like I ruined the whole trip because of the food that I ate. Just because of what I ate, I allowed it to ruin my trip, ruin the whole trip. But um, he was like, wow, I didn't know it does that to you. And I was like, well, yes, I tried to tell you this is why I don't want to come here. I tried to warn him, I did, but we were just having such a good time. And when you're having a good time, you want to eat stuff that you like to eat. Like, it's a fun moment, so you want to get those foods that you really like. But I told him, like, look, this what this food does to me, and I ruined our whole trip. But yes, really be careful with who you're hanging around when you're starting your weight loss journey, because what they're eating can inflict like your weight. It can impact your weight loss journey because you're eating with them and they're not on their journey, or maybe they're already fit, or maybe they're not fit. Whatever, you just don't want to get on somebody else's wave when you're starting this journey. This journey is for you. This is something that is personal for you, that you're doing for yourself, for your health, solely for you. So be very, very careful when you're around other people, because you can easily fall back into a cycle of, being off track. Maybe you started your been on your journey and you're like, just okay, I'm finally on track, but now since I'm hanging around this person a lot, I've just been giving myself those little leeways, like, okay, I can eat this just for now because I'm hanging with this person. So be very, very careful with that, because I've got caught into that a few times of just eating like other people when I know I'm supposed to be on this journey of eating healthy and, you know, exercising, because you want to be around people. If you don't have people around you, you just have to really fight through it and just do it yourself, because other people will bring you down, and you don't want to be brought down. You want to stay on track and remember why you started this. um, but yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I will be on live much more often, and just coming on here. And like I said, you guys, earlier in the video, I started a body care line, and that's where my attention has been. I've been focusing on my body care line a lot. I will post in the description box of my website that I have and my Instagram, so you guys can follow me on there, because yeah, that's what I've been doing. I will be back on here much more often, because I do need to get some things out that I need to talk about and post more on here. I just feel like this part of me, I just need to get back on track with talking about my experience with the weight loss and helping other people out that's starting a weight loss journey, or even if you're in the beginning, even if you're in the middle of your weight loss journey, if this be the beginning or the middle of your weight loss journey, even if you're or your fitness journey, because that's what I'm on now. I want to talk to you guys more about what I've been through and about what you can do, what works for you, when you're starting in the beginning stages. Because for me, in the beginning stages, it was the hardest. It was the hardest for me. It felt like, oh my goodness, it was such a struggle. And I looked up on YouTube videos and things like that, but once you're on your own path and you're just doing it for you, and you're not trying to like, um, just follow after what someone else did, I pretty much just tell you ways of like, I share my story, but I talk to you to like telling you to help yourself, like what works for you. What I may have ate or what I may have done may not work for you. You may not agree with that, or you may not want to do things the way that I did it. You have to find what you like. And I notice a lot of videos when I would watch these videos when trying to lose weight back then when I was 220 pounds. I used to try to find the exact answer of like, what exactly did this person do? What exactly did they eat? What exactly did they do? And a lot of the things was not aligning with what I wanted to do, or it just did not align with me at all. And but what they did have in common is that they did things that worked for them. And it was confusing to me because I just wanted a direct straight answer, like, oh, I did this XYZ. And it's like, you're different. You can't copy everything from someone. You can get advice and you can get inspired by certain things that they do, but copying exactly what they do will probably just put you some steps back, and you'll just be disappointed. And you want to have your happiness. You want to, lose your weight, of course, but you want your mental space to be okay first, because that is what really matters. That is what I started off with, my mental space. uh Clearing my mental space, getting my stress levels down, and that alone right there, that is a lot of weight off of you. That was a lot of weight off of me when I first started, just to think like that, like what is best for me. But thank you guys so much for watching, and comment down below if you are in a beginning of your weight loss journey or in the middle of your weight loss journey. Comment down below. I would love to hear about your story. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye for now.